Bruce, Gahcho Kué coming online, mine I know you've been personally invested in for a long time. You must be delighted.
Absolutely delighted, Julian. It's a great achievement for De Beers and the team. It's a mine we've been invested in one way or another for the best part of 20 years. I've been personally involved in the mine for about 10 years. To bring any new diamond mine into production is a major achievement. This is the biggest new mine brought into production in the last 13 years. Fantastic achievement. It's the biggest diamond mine De Beers has brought into production outside of Southern Africa ever, which is another wonderful achievement. And better still, we've brought it on to production ahead of time and under budget. That's an amazing achievement in a geography as complicated as Gahcho Kué. And the best part of all about it is the safety with which we've built it. So our safety record has been exemplary, and it's a real testament to the team that we've been able to do this under budget and under time frame.
Bruce, you recently published a socio-economic impact report on Canada in association with Ernst & Young, and in that you highlighted some of the benefits of your operations, both the new mine and existing operations in Canada. Can you just highlight some of the important elements of that?
Very good news for Canada. We've been invested in Canada as a diamond mining company really since the beginning of the Canadian diamond mining journey for the best part of about 50 years. We've spent about $1 billion of capital on the mine between us and our partners at the mine. That's a very significant injection of capital into the local economy in the last 3 years. About 440 million Canadian dollars of value has already been created in the economy up until this point, but the vast amount of what we call economic value add, which is the value injected into the local area, of about 5.5 billion Canadian dollars is still to come. So about 90% of the total amount of value add is still to come. So that's very exciting for all of us and the local government, the local communities and the partners with whom we work up there.
And I know that partnerships, is a key theme of yours. You've talked about that a lot since you became chief executive. You couldn't have built this mine, achieved what you've said without the hard work of the partners that are involved.
So this mine is yet another example of De Beers and partnerships at work. And as you say, everything we do in De Beers involves partners in one form or another. And this mine covers a whole range of partners. Firstly, our commercial partners, Mountain Province, who we've worked very well with over the years to bring the mine into production. Local government is a big partner in this. There's a massive amount of engagement and work with local government. And the local communities, of course, are maybe the most important of all, and they are very, very much involved in this whole process. One of the areas, for example, is our impact benefit agreements that we sign with local communities. The Ngāti agreement is one such example where we've signed up with 5 local Aboriginal communities with all kinds of commitments involving the environment, involving hunting, and things like that. So we're very, very proud of those arrangements. And as you say, none of this is possible, and the future operation of the mine won't be possible without good, strong partnership relationships with all of our partners.
So obviously you've relocated the Operations Sports Centre from Toronto to Calgary, active in exploration over there. Perhaps you could explain why that's important.
So we've done a lot of interesting things and exciting things in Canada very recently. As you say, relocate the head office from Toronto to Calgary, where it's much more fit for purpose. It's a really modern support centre to support the mines at both Gahcho Kué and at Victor. We've, as you say, been very active from really the beginning of the diamond experience in Canada. We've been exploring since the very, very early 1960s, and we've spent around 750 million Canadian dollars exploring in Canada over the years. We regard Canada as prospective, highly prospective, and we continue to invest very heavily in Canada.
And finally, looking the insight report you published last week, a lot of talk in there about future demand fundamentals, India, China. So Gahcho Kué is coming online at quite an important time.
So Gahcho Kué will produce roughly 54 million carats over its 11 to 13 year lifespan. When we look, as the insights report which you referred to mentions, when we look at a medium-term supply and demand, we still think that this is a very attractive industry to be in because we would expect to be healthy demand in the medium term from growing economies, and Gahcho Kué's new production, which will fill nicely that demand.